A lot of people don't realize that Pine Street Plaza, this spot right here, is the lowest point in the project, which means that all the stormwater all along Main Street and all the side streets converges right here.
We're standing here in Pine Street Plaza, north of Main Street, and if you can look at this giant pit down in here and how deep that is, what we had to do is a boring company came in here, set up a machine, and we bored a 30-inch steel casing pipe under the bridge and actually out into the creek where the new discharge goes. Once the casing pipe was in, we slid a 24-inch PVC line through the steel casing, and then a new manhole concrete structure that ties this in and then ties the main storm line in right out to Main Street. This is the last piece of the puzzle to tie it in and get it out to the river.
Wow, this is fascinating. So what's the purpose of this pipe within a pipe system?
Well, the purpose is typically when you go under any kind of structure, put a stronger piece of pipe, that thick solid steel, under there so there's no settling and no chance of our actual plastic pipe settling or getting crushed. So this is where it discharges to the river, and as you can see, if you look down there, you can see our new PVC pipe and the outfall where it'll discharge and dump into the river. You can take a look back here a little bit at the bridge abutment, that big concrete pier that holds up the bridge. We had to bore underneath that. And so they had a machine that actually had an auger on it, and they pushed that steel pipe underneath the bridge as they were augering the material out. And then they used an overhead crane to bucket the material out and dump it in a dump truck.
Now, a lot of people probably aren't aware that the stormwater has been draining to this spot for probably 100 years. What's different about this new connection versus the old pipes that were drained to the spot?
The main difference is just that it's a bigger diameter to increase the flows. And there's actually a flapper valve, we call it. If the river comes up and floods inside that flapper valve will close, and it'll stop water from coming back into town if the water gets high here. So that's a great option to have that the old system necessarily didn't have.